one life. We are one family, one earth, one heart, one life. We are one family, one earth. And together we can make a difference in our world. Every creed and color, every boy and girl, all of creation, no separation. We are one, one heart. One heart, one life. We are one family, one earth, one heart, one life. We are one family, one earth. And together we can make a difference in our world. Every creed and color, every boy and girl, all of creation, no separation. We are one, one heart. And even though it seems we are so far apart, and many times we're feeling all alone, the truth of who we are has been here from the start. We are one heart, one heart, one life. We are one family, one earth, one heart, one life. We are one family, one earth. And together we can make a difference in our world. Every creed and color, every boy and girl, all of creation, no separation. We are one, one heart. All creation celebrate. One heart, one heart. All creation celebrate. One heart.
Good morning, and welcome to Unity Comox Valley, a positive path for spiritual living. I love this statement because it's universal, isn't it? It works when we're together in person, and it also works when we're in this experience of having a virtual spiritual community. So thank you for joining me today. Today is the Sunday before Earth Day. A number of years ago, an Earth Care team was formed at Unity Comox Valley. And since then, we have incorporated many activities that involve the Earth Care team and using our natural resources a little bit more mindfully at Unity Comox Valley. As a spiritual community, we signed an Earth Care covenant in 2013 and then again in 2018. And I'd like to read it to you now to remind us of the commitment that we made. Our consciousness reveals that all of creation is connected as one. The story of creation reveals that we are to be good caregivers of the creation. As a people of faith, we commit to a renewed reverence for life and respect for the interdependent web of all existence. We honor our spiritual commitment to the care, support, and defense of the balance between our individual needs and those of nature. We envision a world in which everything has intrinsic value and where all beings are assured a secure and meaningful life that is ecologically responsible and sustainable. We agree to transform our individual and congregational lives into acts of moral witness, discarding harmful habits for new behaviors that demonstrate our respect for this harmony and interconnectedness. We declare our covenant with God to walk upon the earth for the greatest good of all creation. It mentions that we have a renewed reverence for all life. And at this time of year, we can hardly help but noticing that new life, can we? It's popping up all around us. But where did it come from? Where was it before now? This is such an amazing time of year when nature is just out picturing so beautifully and so profoundly the spiritual season that we are also in right now. A perfect metaphor for the cycle of life. We just went through the season of Lent, which represents letting go, releasing the old. And what is that akin to in nature? Well, autumn, of course, when the flowers fall off the bushes, when the leaves turn brown, when everything that was once green no longer shows any signs of life. And then what happens after that? The tomb experience. And how does that look in nature? Winter. When everything looks barren and empty, when it's dark and quiet, when it looks like nothing is happening. We don't see many signs of life, but what we do know is that beneath that silence, life is getting ready to come forth again. Nature is getting ready to bloom. And after winter, we get this amazing season of spring, represented by the resurrection. But you know, the seasons do not flip over like the pages of a calendar. It's not suddenly one season and then instantly, with a blink of an eye or in one night, all of a sudden we're into the next season. Each season builds on each other. And there's also an aspect from each season that is following into the next season. It's an evolutionary process. Last week, we were out in the yard cleaning up and trimming dead rose bushes and raking leaves and emptying pots of annuals. And by the end of the day, we had 3 barrels of yard waste ready to go. That was some of the autumn that was left here now in the spring. Same with a tomb experience, with a winter experience. We can still be processing some of that letting go even now. Maybe some of the darkness of the tomb is with us even now. It's always evolving in thousands and thousands of ways. Some we can see in a day or in a lifetime, and some happen over such a long, expansive time we will never know or understand the whole picture in our lifetimes. I hope you've been able to tap in and see some of the ways that the planet is changing since the cessation of the human activity on it. The Earth is renewing itself in remarkable ways that are visible to us now, even just 3 or 4 weeks. There are shipwrecks lying on the bottom of Lake Michigan that have never been seen before from air and are clearly visible because the water is so clear. The canals in Venice are flowing with pristine water. Sea turtles have laid millions of eggs on the beaches that they haven't been able to access for decades. The Himalayan mountains can be seen from hundreds of miles away. There is a whole generation that has never seen those mountains from their hometown. Air pollution in some of the biggest cities has decreased by up to 70%. The lions in South Africa are lying on the roads and sunning themselves because there's no traffic anymore. Go to Google and have a look. There are some amazing environmental shifts that are going on the planet right now. Our Earth Care Covenant also says we commit to a renewed reverence for life and respect for the interdependent web. And this interdependent web is visible and apparent to us so much more right now, isn't it? I would like to share a poem from James Dillett Freeman, our Unity Poet Laureate. The lake looked at the mountain and thought, "Oh, fortunate mountain, rising so high, while I must lie so low. You look far out across the world and take part in many interesting happenings, while I can only lie still, How I wish I was a mountain. The mountain looked at the lake and thought, oh, fortunate lake, lying so close to the warm-breasted earth. While I loom here, craggy and cold and uncomfortable, you are always so peaceful, while I am constantly having to battle howling storm and blazing sun. How I wish I were a lake. All the time, quietly, the mountain was coming down in silver streams to run into the lake. And the lake was rising as silver mists to fall as snow upon the mountain. It is all connected. We are all connected. What we do here now does have an impact on this delicate web of life all over the planet. We all drink from the same well. So let's make sure that we are learning from these extraordinary times we are in, and that we carry that wisdom and understanding into our future for the well-being of all. Let's prepare now for our time of prayer and contemplation. As we begin this time of prayer and contemplation, I invite you to take a few moments to relax and center yourself. Perhaps taking a few deep breaths or closing your eyes helps you do this. I am that I am. To be the voice, to be the heart, through which heaven is made known on earth. This is who we are, and this is what we are being called to be. The voice of Spirit, the heart of Spirit. Bring your voice to mind. Is it aligned with the all good that is lying in potential everywhere? In every person, in every circumstance. That potential good is waiting to be awakened by your voice. So I invite you to take a moment to reflect, how is your voice expressing spirit these days? Take this affirmation into the silence. With every word, I contribute to the goodness in life. With every word, I contribute to the goodness in life. What about your heart? Is it overflowing with divine love and energy? Is it calm and serene? Is it adding to the peace on the planet? I invite you to take this affirmation into the silence. My heart is a sanctuary of love. overflowing with peace. My heart is a sanctuary of love, overflowing with peace. We are the voice and heart of Spirit. We are the light that dispels the darkness. We are the peace that is greater than all circumstances. We see peace encompassing the earth. In this state of peacefulness, we join our hearts with all those who are experiencing loss. All around the planet, in every culture, in every land, in every faith community. People are grieving the loss of loved ones, the loss of purpose, the loss of faith. We send forth blessings of love, compassion, and understanding to all people, and thoughts of healing and harmony to all creation. Would you join me in the prayer for protection? The light of God surrounds us. We are the light. The love of God enfolds us. We are the love. The power of God protects us. We are the power. The presence of God watches over us. We are the presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And so it is.
We are connected, heart to heart, spirit to spirit. Together we are joined in the promise of unity and the vision of our greater yet to be. As we come together in faith, we align with the truth of who we are and realize we are standing in the presence, standing in the presence. We are standing in the presence of the divine. We are standing in the presence of the divine. We are connected, heart to heart, spirit to spirit. Together we are joined in the promise of unity and the vision of our greater yet to be. As we come together in faith, we align with the truth of who we are and realize we are standing in the presence, standing in the presence. We are standing in the presence of the divine. We are standing in the presence of the divine. We are standing in the presence of the divine.
Over the last few weeks, I've asked you to send me a message that I could share with everyone on Sunday. And many of you have done that, so thank you so much. Actually, I've got more than I can share in 1 week. So today I'm going to read some of these to you, and the next week, if you don't hear yours today, then next week you'll hear it. And if you haven't sent in something yet, please think about that. It's kind of like the thought for the day. You know, a little quote or a poem or something like that that would communicate our connection with each other. So here are a few. Evelyn Owen says this: "When I get up in the morning and open the blinds to clear skies and sunshine, I feel that the universe is taking care of us." And Elaine Stupendic says this: "I do not believe this is by accident that most of us felt something very inspired and hopeful for this year. I truly have the heart sense that we are all going to come out of this somehow better as a human race in our quality of living by taking time to reflect on what we value as individuals, a better connected world, and a better and healthier planet." Judy Murakami sent this anonymous poem called Love in Action. "When you go out and see the empty streets, the empty stadiums, the empty train platforms, don't say to yourself, it looks like the end of the world. What you are seeing is love in action. What you're seeing in that negative space is how much we really do care for each other, for our grandparents, for our immune-compromised brothers and sisters, for people we will never meet. People will lose jobs over this, and some will lose their businesses, and some will lose their lives. All the more reason to take a moment when you're out on your walk, on your way to the store, or just watching the news, to look into the emptiness and marvel at all that love. Let it fill you and sustain you. It isn't the end of the world. It is the most remarkable act of global solidarity we may ever witness." Loretta says, "A smile is a curve that sets everything straight." We'll hear more next week. Staying in the flow of our good is one of our principles, and I know each one of you is taking time daily to take note of something, some expression of this good in your life. Whether it is a sign of spring in your yard, a warm conversation with a good friend, a new hobby that you've learned how to do, or maybe a peaceful meditation you've experienced. Even though we are not blessing a love offering in person, I would like you to bring one of those occasions to mind right now. And remember, we are one with infinite source. With joy in your hearts and minds, please join me in our blessing. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. One more time. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. Before we close, I would like to remind you there are 4 touch points every week for you to stay connected with your spiritual family. Every Sunday, a service something like this that you can listen to and watch is available on our website. You can do this at any time during the week, in a time in a day that suits you. You can listen to it more than once. You can send it to a friend. Each week, a new one will come up on the website, and the previous one will be under the tab called Watch, Listen. Every Wednesday, I record a meditation and contemplation. That's also on our website. And again, you can listen to it anytime, as many times as you like, and the previous ones are always there. Every Monday and Friday, we have a newsletter going out. It's another way that we stay connected, so please read it for information and inspiration. Phone us, send us an email. We would love to hear from you. Here's a closing thought before our peace song. A poem by Etta Johnson called Sheltering in Nature. Let the sky be your ceiling. Let the green grass be your floor. Let blooming trees and bushes be your walls. Let intersecting branches be your windows. Let flowering plants be your furnishings. Let the soft, verdant earth be your bed. Let the fluffy clouds be your duvet. Let sparkling raindrops be your shower. Let the sun be your heating and lighting. Let bird calls and rustling wind be your music. Let the antics of squirrels, birds, and bugs be your TV drama. Let nature's burgeoning continuity be your diet. Let gratitude to God be the very air you breathe. Let serenity be the space for meditation and prayer. The divine in me greets the divine in you. Let's close with our peace song.